Hello and welcome back to Pendor Rearmed, and indeed what we're doing now is we're attempting to take some castles in and around the area of the Fierce Veins territory, because of course we have to. That's basically the only that's the only reason why I have to do this. Yes, because we have to. Yes. I kind of wish we didn't. I kind of wish there was a bit of an alternative to besieging all of these castles. Because from my perspective, I'm not a terribly big fan of doing castle sieges so much. I do enjoy the town sieges quite a bit because usually they have relatively open layouts and things like that that are actually going to provide you with a bit more interactivity. But castles do tend to be a little bit more closed off, and as a result it can make things a bit more stagnant, a bit more static in the way that you have to play them. I'm not a terribly big fan of that, obviously, but in this case, as you can quite clearly tell, we literally had basically almost zero casualties, and the reason for that is because we eliminated 200 of the enemy's troops when we were outside. The enemy was consistently running outside down the ladder and just getting themselves shot to pieces, which obviously is exactly what you want to see generally, because we most of the time will not actually be very appreciative of someone being like, oh yes, stand in the courtyard, you know, all that stuff. We don't really want them to stand in the courtyard or anything like that if we can help it, even though the courtyard is actually not even terrible. You know, if they decided to do that, then that would be okay. I wouldn't have too many complaints about that anyway, as it is. And as you can see, look at that, we've got so many. Yeah, this is basically pointless. No point in taking anything here. So we're just going to let that go. Okay, so you should have Anson Lodge for yourself, sir. Yes, you should have Anson Lodge for yourself. I'm actually just going to be giving him basically every single fief from here on out. I'm gaining so much cash that there really isn't any real need for me to, well, take any more. I might take a castle or a town, maybe. I mean, I think I'll probably take a town when we next go to battle or war against someone a little bit different. Okay. 54 hours for a siege tower. That's terrible. That is so annoying, isn't it? Yeah, that is so annoying. Anyway, hopefully it will be done soon. Alright, so it was actually done soon. I'm actually quite surprised that it was done so fast, but I guess that's because we weren't really interrupted by anyone. It felt very simple. You know, most of the enemy vassals are around here, surprisingly enough, but they don't seem to really be doing anything. So I guess we can kind of be thankful for that as it is. Yeah, what I should probably do is I should probably replace the lance. I should probably replace the lance that we have here. Despite the fact that I actually quite enjoy using spears, polearms, and so on and so forth on horseback, it does feel to me that our rune weapon is just so much better. It's just so much better for some reason. I guess that is because, well, it's a rune weapon, first of all, and then second of all, maybe it's just easier to use, you know what I mean? Like lances and stuff like that, they're all very good if you can actually hit with them with a couch lance. The manual attack is not as effective, but I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Well, I must admit, at least our forces are doing a really nice job here. I personally didn't really want to go into the castle here because of this wonderful bridge the siege tower has. There were loads of archers on opposite ends of the battlements here, and yeah, I had a feeling I was going to get knocked off, and I didn't really want to do that, just in case the vassals nearby were going to wait outside and try and see if they could maybe pick us off when we were slightly weakened. That would have been pretty bad. Imagine if we were not eligible for the battle, then we would have had to auto-resolve, and it would have been absolutely, well, that would have been a disaster, basically, so not exactly great, but yeah. Anyway, as you see here, we are going to be done very, very soon. We did end up losing 3 troops. One of them was a T-Knight, obviously. Very bad for us to have that happen, but I can't prevent every single death, unfortunately. And there it is. There's the victory for us. 37 renown once again. Actually kind of weirded out by that. We were just getting 37 renown over and over again. I don't know why. Anyway, we did end up losing a handful of troops, so I wouldn't mind if they would give me something pretty cool. No, they don't want to give me anything. Okay. I guess Heretic Minions or Mismounted Shaman. Yeah, I guess we'll take a couple of those. We do have 7 spaces, so the question is, what do we want to take? I guess we will indeed take those. Yeah, there's nothing else for me to take here, unfortunately. Okay, so let's just give him that once again. It's kind of annoying, actually, that we can't really get other people to really come in and help us out. You know, it would be nice if we could create vassals ourselves, but that is not possible. That is not possible. So I'm kind of stuck in a bit of a situation here where we just have to kind of deal with what we have by ourselves, which is really bad, actually. It's really, really bad. But yeah, the only thing we can do now is just try our very best, get our forces into position, and I'm hopeful that this will be a relatively simple one. I think there's about is there about 400 people here? I think there's about 400 people, so it might be a bit problematic. Ah, there's also a vassal. Oh dear. Okay, I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be any vassal or anything like that. Look at the amount of, look at the machine gun arrows just streaming into the opponent. It's actually insane. Love seeing that. That is such a fearsome sight, to be honest, and definitely something that I would not want to be on the opposite end of. Now, if I can just, yeah, if I can just get in here, then I'll be pretty happy. There we go. Yeah, no, it's okay, alright. Yeah, we did get shot in the face, which is not exactly great. Yes, of course, it's this one. Yeah, so this castle layout is very fiendish, because basically what you could do is, if you go to the left, you see there that there's an archery nest, and the archery nest itself is completely cut off from the remainder of the castle layout. It's very, very effective. And maybe, just maybe, I could do something here. Yes, we do seem to be having a bit of a slight problem here, so I'm thinking what we're actually going to do is we may, in fact, just retreat. I am going to do that, despite the fact that I don't really want to lose any additional renown and honor and stuff like that. You can see that our current renown is 3,470, which is not exactly bad, and our renown is 60, our honor is 60, which, I gotta say, I mean, I'd obviously like it to be much more than that, but yeah, I can't really do much about it. Okay, so strength 29. What else do we want to get? Well, we want to get shield, I assume. The question is, do we really want to get that right now? Is there anything else that we want to get? I guess shield. Yeah. I guess so. Let me actually just take a quick look here at the victory progress, because I'd like to see if there are any other. The Renegade Witch Hunt. What are these guys? I've never heard of this. I'd like to be, you know what? I would love to be able to find them, but I have no idea where they are. The only thing I could do is I could go to Ravenstern. Oh, there's only a very small amount of people left in here. Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna take this, or at least hopefully, oh, of course they are. Yeah, they're gonna besiege Yaviksholm. They're probably gonna end up taking it. Do I care about them taking it? I kind of do, but I also kind of don't. On the one hand, I think it's a pretty nice idea for them to just waste their time taking that, because then I can just take it back really, really easily. But on the other hand, I do want to continue eliminating enemy vassals, trying to increase our overall relation with them. Yeah, not sure. Not sure. One thing we could do here, by the way, is obviously we could try to charge our forces in. But I don't think we really need to do that. I think we can kind of just allow our forces just to completely bombard them with arrows, and then we can hopefully charge in after that. Maybe. I don't know whether we're going to actually have the opportunity to do so, but let's cross our fingers and hope, I guess. Alright, so we're going to go in here once again. I have actually charged my forces in as well. Hopefully they're going to come in here and actually help us out. Wow, that guy really had my number. Wow, that was kind of surprising. I definitely didn't expect that. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, my forces are very easily capable of doing this. I'm going to just jump out. Oh, whew. Okay, wow, I actually got that stomach feeling from jumping out there. That's crazy. You know how you, sometimes when you, like, jump from a really high elevation, and you get that sinking feeling in your stomach? Yeah, I literally got that just now. For some reason. I guess it's because I didn't expect for us to be flying out there so incredibly easily. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, I would love to be able to find that unique spawn. So yeah, we will be going to Ravenstone after this and trying and seeing whether we can find it. And yeah, we're just going to pay the, pay the tavern keeper a small fee. And we'll see whether we can, well, I've never seen this unique spawn ever before. So the question is it actually going to be doable? Is it actually going to be one of those things that's accessible to us? Or is it going to be a thing that is so far away that it is just not legitimate for us to dedicate that amount of time to it? I don't know. For me personally, I think it's probably going to be really, really far. And, well, that kind of makes me a bit sad, because it would be fantastic if we could get another Qualis gem. And I think at this point, I actually don't know what I would use it for. I think for me personally, though, I think what I would probably try to do is I might try to create another knighthood order, or just get a potion. That might make the most sense, because if we create another custom knighthood order and we use the same template, we'll be able to basically generate a lot of extra T-Knights, which would be pretty fun. I think that would be kind of fun. So maybe we could do that, or we just go for a potion. Because if we do go for the potion, that's going to provide us with much needed proficiency, weapon proficiency for our own character here. As, well, I mean, you know, I'm kind of in a hard capped, so shall we say, very, shall we say, maybe slightly less than hard cap situation, as in it's very difficult to gain proficiency points, but maybe we're not completely hard capped, so not too sure about that. Anyway, these guys, I'm actually just gonna let them go. Thank you, and yeah, we're just gonna move on. Let's actually see here. Do we have anything that I can really take? Maiden cavalry, yeah, give me some of those. They obviously level up into some really nice things. I don't know why I'm leveling up these man-at-arms, to be honest. I really shouldn't be doing that, but I am doing that just purely through habit. Yes, that's great, isn't it? Yes, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so we've taken that. Let's go to Ravenstone real fast. Let's hope that we are... Oh, Botus, really? Botus is actually... Okay, it took her a long time to come back. She's actually brought some Veka V people as well, which is actually super nice. So that is good. I am actually going to be placing these guys in the top here as well. I don't really care about them too much, so I'm just going to kind of put them in a situation where they can contribute really nicely. And the rest of the forces, I don't really care about too much. Like, you know, we just need to make sure that our bigger units, the ones that we actually really do care about, you know, for example, Hero Adventurers, Noldor, etc., we need to make sure that they are looked after quite nicely. So we'll see what we can do. Anyway, let's do something like this. There we go. And go into the tavern. And there is Sir Alistair. We could potentially get him if we weren't capped out, but yes. Okay, so any news or invading armies? Here we go. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, what? They don't say. Huh. They don't say where it is. So that's kind of unfortunate, isn't it? Yes, that is kind of unfortunate. So that means that maybe this is a... Is that a mercenary company? I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Okay, so through some sheer luck, I managed to find the unique spawn. It's actually down in Deshar territory, and the reason why I'm down here is because I actually thought to myself, you know what? I kind of want to go and see if I can spend some more prestige and gain some more Knighthood Order units, because I did stop by the very brief siege that happened at Yaviksholm. They didn't even bother. I was literally there for like 2 seconds in the garrison. I went inside, they were besieging it, and I waited for 2 seconds, and then they literally left. So I'm assuming they just did not fancy attacking us, which I gotta say, I do understand that. I do understand that, considering what kind of units we have we actually have in our army here. It's not surprising that they would be not really interested in attacking us. So yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, this particular party here is actually primarily Veka V units, which I have to say I'm kind of I'm not weirded out by it, but these guys literally I've only fought them very few times, and I've never fought this particular unique spawn. I've never seen this one ever, which just goes to show how rare it actually is. And what is actually going on here? Do I need to tell my people to charge in? Because it looks as though my my allies are having some big issues. I'm not sure why. The Veka V units are not actually that good, in my opinion. At least I have... Yeah, as I say, I fought some of them before, and they don't seem particularly strong in any way, shape, or form. They seem relatively easy to deal with, and I don't know why our allies, because for some reason they were already in a battle with some Deshar vassals. That's the reason why I had to kind of come in here as soon as I possibly could, because otherwise we were going to miss out, and that was going to be very, very sad. But obviously, here's the thing. We don't even know whether we're going to be getting a Qualis Gem. They may, in fact, escape. I only have an 80% chance to capture as it is. And as you can see, we did end up... Wow, we actually ended up losing one Noldor Ranger, and that's not very good, I gotta say. That's not very good at all. Yeah, kind of surprised, actually, that these guys are so good. It's because they're using pickaxes, isn't it? Or shall we say... war picks or something. Yeah, it's because they're using those. They are piercing damage, of course, and piercing damage does make a huge difference against armored units that are very well protected. So it's kind of sad that they have so many of those, but yeah, otherwise this should be a very, very easy done deal for us, as the hero unit was still alive, and of course we have a massive advantage against the opponent just through sheer force of numbers. So even if we didn't have a particularly strong army, I still think we would be completely fine here. Oh, look at that. That was indeed the enemy leader. Look at that. We just eliminated the enemy leader in one fell swoop very easily. Alright, so there it is. Let's see if we're going to get lucky here. If we are, that's going to be great. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the Qualis Gem, though. Are we... Wait a minute. Let's see. No! Oh no! Okay, well, there you go. She managed to escape. That is unfortunate. 80% chance. I guess I'm not actually that salty about it. I don't really mind if some of the unique spawns escape, despite the fact that, I mean, to be fair, we didn't really have that much trouble eliminating them, so I guess I shouldn't really be, as I say, I shouldn't really be that upset about it. And as I said to you, I don't really know what to do with the Qualis Gem anyway. Alright, so we've returned back to Ethos, and I think it's probably a good idea that we get something else. Ooh, hello, 4 days? Really? 4 days? 4 days is crazy. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do 4 days. Civic patrols, why not? That sounds pretty cool. Now, otherwise, we're just going to go into the tavern real fast, because I'm hopeful that there will be a ransom broker here. Yes, Lotus is here. Thank you very much. Or I should say Iris is here. 7,100 just from that. That's crazy. And we have a Knight of the Ebony Gauntlet. Oh, it would have been nice to actually get one of those. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Not going to happen this time around. But yeah, we have now arrived in Ethos, like I said, and I'm going to try and see if I can convert some of these Pendor Man-at-Arms to Biscuit Sergeants and stuff like that. That's hopefully going to be helping us quite a great deal. Otherwise, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.